Alright, here's the part I've been trying to avoid. Try it again. $314.4.
Alright, so you guys saw the weigh-in. I've been trying to avoid that weigh-in for quite some time. So obviously there's disappointment in there, but it is what it is, right? And now it's time to get back to work. So 6:20, we start documenting, and because there's a lot of stuff, I think I'll explain everything you guys have missed in the last. I'm not sure how long it's been. Probably about a month or so since my last video. Explain what happened, and then we'll see from there. But it's tough. It's tough this morning. I knew it'd be bad. I didn't think it'd be that bad. So,
Good morning, everybody. It's been a while. I hope you guys have been good. Hope everything's going well for everyone. Give you guys an update. We are July 17th right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload this video today or if I'm going to wait a couple days to get going. But yes, so I did my first weigh-in this morning. I've been trying to avoid it for a while because I knew it wasn't going to be good, and it was worse than I thought it would be. So 314 point something. What can I say? It's not good, and it's pretty typical, right? You lose a ton of weight, then you regain it if you don't pay attention, if you keep your foot off the gas and start braking or start slowing down, or if you're not paying attention, well, it comes right back, right? We've all been through this before. I'm kind of halfway there, right? I've only now lost half of the most weight I've ever lost. So it's kind of a do or die moment right now for me. I apologize for my voice. I'm exhausted. I'm super tired. So I'm gonna go back. So I'm trying to go back to where I was, right? But let's talk a bit about the details between everything you guys have missed. So the last message I just looked was June 1st. That was a long time ago. So that's a month and a half ago. And even then, it wasn't much of a message, right? So my weight started coming back up. I'd say Christmas. Christmas was what kind of started it all, right? That was my lowest. I was 276 at Christmas Day, and I'm up 38 pounds since then, which is crazy, right? Crazy amount. I go up fast. I go down even faster. So that's the good news. I lost my weight faster than I'm putting it back on, but still, I'm putting it back on, right? So I started at 360. I'm still 46 pounds lower than when I started the journey, or I just had my birthday this weekend. I can say that I'm a lot healthier today than I was last year, even if I've gone back up. So that is a good way of seeing things. I am still well better off this year than last year, and now we're gonna try it again. What's gonna change is if I go back to Christmas, Saxenda hadn't been working very well. Even at Christmas, I think Saxenda worked well for about 6 months, and then it wasn't great. It wasn't great, but I was still carrying on, and I'd have good days and bad days, but the effects that I had from it weren't really there so much anymore. So fast forward a little bit, I gave up on Saxenda for a bit. I tried it on my own, didn't go so well, but I think I did it having in mind that I'm going to be trying something else soon. So I didn't really take it all that seriously. And as I said in the last videos, I wasn't having the health issues that I had at 360. So at 360, when I had my back to the wall, you had no choice, right? When I was sitting at 275, 290, 295, 300, all those situations were different. I wasn't having the same pains I was having at 360. I wasn't having issues sleeping. And quite honestly, even now at 314, I'm still in way better shape than I remember being at 360. That being said, I can tell I'm getting sluggish and all that stuff right now, and I don't like it. And not only that, but I told myself, I even told you guys, I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna change any of my clothes, and I'll just live with it, and it'll get too tight, and then I'll know I have to start. Well, guess what? I changed my clothes because eventually it was just too much, and it didn't make any sense. I looked ridiculous. My pants were bursting. You know, it felt like I was just gonna rip it all like the Hulk, but with a gut. So I kind of had to force myself, instead of making the right decision of just losing the weight, I just changed my clothes. So a lot happened since I tried Ozempic, as you guys know. Ozempic, I at the beginning worked very, very well, and then it didn't. So it worked really well for a couple weeks, I'd say, and then it was just different, and it made things a lot worse, quite honestly, because the first week cut my hunger completely, even more so than Saxenda. It was working really, really well, and then after that, I kind of stopped doing that. And like I said in the last video, Saxenda, what was good about it when I started is if I would overeat on a plate, say imagine I took a plate of spaghetti, I could only eat about half of it till Saxenda would kind of kick in and make me feel nauseous. So I was enjoying, you'd be enjoying your meal. Halfway through, all of a sudden you're looking at it and it makes you sick just to see the food, so you push it aside, which was fantastic. And that helped me a lot at the beginning. And I didn't get that with Ozempic. Now, it doesn't mean that maybe Ozempic does that for people that are starting with that, but maybe because I had Saxenda for so long and they're kind of similar, maybe that played in it, that I just becoming immune to it, I'm adapting to it. Whatever it was, it just wasn't working very well. And it only got worse. So I took Ozempic for about 2 months, I think, a month and a half, 2 months. And it just went worse and worse to the point where no longer was it cutting my hunger, but on top of that, the sensor in your body that tells you you're full was gone. So I could eat a lot more than I was eating before. And so if I'm paying attention, if I'm sitting down at the table, I was fine. I'd eat my plate, I'd stop, right? But if you're in front of a TV, if you're watching something, you're distracted, wow, I would go to town and eat a lot of food, more food than I would eat without it. So I made the decision to quit Ozempic. I quit Ozempic about 3 weeks ago or so, 2-3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, and I figured, you know what, I'll get back on my own. Maybe a little bit more. Actually, I don't remember. Anyways, I quit Ozempic eventually, and then we had some little life issues. I think you guys saw it in the last video. Some personal issues with the family and all that, and a lot of surgeries, and which just kind of changed our lives a little bit, and we were kind of in survival mode. So. Food being my addiction, I have to think about it all the time. It doesn't come as easy to me as it comes to a lot of people that are just naturally healthy. I have to think about it. I have to plan. If I don't, then I just make bad choices all the time. And that's kind of what happened. That's what's been happening for the last, well, for a long time now. And now I'm coming off. So all the surgeries and all the problems in the family kind of finally fixed itself over time, right? So things are a lot better now than they were before. And as soon as everything kind of got better, we left on a 2-week vacation, and that did a lot of damage on vacation. So Philadelphia, had the Philly cheesesteak, had a lot of Philadelphia food. Went to New York, a lot of food. We did Atlantic City, we did Cape May, we did Wildwood, New Jersey. So we basically, for the last, I'd say about 2 weeks, it's basically been restaurants, all restaurants, and not the healthy type, like I said, the Philly cheesesteaks, carnival foods kind of thing. So it's just my body. I'm sluggish. I can say I'm sluggish, and I'm not feeling so well, and I've got the headache and this and that, and it's all coming there. So again, I'm in much better shape than I was at 360, but I can kind of see where I'm heading, and I don't want to go there, right? So this time, I figure I know what I need to do. One thing with Saxenda, yes, I lost a lot of weight, and it was great, and it was fantastic, and you guys got to see the journey, and hopefully it's helped you guys, inspired people. One thing with that is I did learn what works for me. And what works for me is intermittent fasting. Skip my breakfast. Light lunch, very light lunch. I was probably going into dinner with about 250 calories or less, which for a lot sounds outrageous. But to me, once I was there, and once I got into that routine, right? Not the first week. Obviously, first week you'll be starving and but a couple weeks in, and I actually enjoyed it. I didn't think about food anymore, and I could go home to dinner, and if ever there were a surprise or life threw us a curveball, and all of a sudden instead of eating a healthy meal at home, we're going out to the restaurant, it's okay. Because I'm sitting on 250 calories, I can eat like a madman and still lose weight. So that worked really well. And that's where I want to go back. But I'm going to do it without any Ozempic, without Saxenda. I'm going to try to do this on my own this time. Doesn't mean I'm not open to new things, to trying different medication, I guess. But right now I'm minding myself to do it on my own to see, okay, now did I learn from the journey of last year, everything I've been through? Because I remember saying this, there's two parts to losing weight, right? There's losing the weight, and then there's maintaining the weight. Now, obviously maintaining didn't go well, right? But I found the foods that I enjoy, and I found, I found the diet that I liked. Now, over time, I made bad choices. Why am I, if you found the diet you like, why aren't you still on it, right? Makes sense, obviously, but, things happen. So Christmas, I overate. It was too much food. I got tempted. And then it started snacking a little bit, and then more and more of those kept coming. And eventually you just fall right back to the easy routine, which is just grab any food anywhere and don't have to think about it, mindless eating. And that's just way, way easier. So now I've readapted to that kind of routine. So I got to get back to where I was. I'm going to be probably miserable for the next week as I try to fix myself. So my goal for today mostly is skip breakfast, and I'm starving right now, and it's not even 7. But skip breakfast, and then it's going to be drinking a lot of water. I'm going to try to make a good decision for lunch, and I don't have any 250 calories. I think it'd probably be a little rough if I start off with that, but I'm not going to go down to the restaurants. I'll go find something, maybe a sandwich. I'll go buy just a sandwich or something like that to help myself transition, so then the next couple of days I can really get into this harder. And I know I'm going to be miserable for the next week, but if I can just get there, hopefully I can get back to how I felt before, where I was light on my feet. Remember, I used to say this all the time. Yes, okay, I'm not enjoying my meals as much, right? The dinners, the breakfasts at the restaurant, I get the breakfast sandwich, the cheese everywhere, right? I wasn't getting that anymore, but I felt light on my feet all the time, and I just felt healthy all day, which is a very good trade, so here we go. Bye, guys. So I just want to take a minute. It's 11 a.m. and I've only had some water. I've had one bottle, about 750 milliliters of water, and a coffee. And I've got this migraine. Like I'm already feeling like I'm in withdrawal right now. It's only been, 4 hours since our last video? And it's just not easy. It's tough getting back into the right routine there. Unbelievable. But we're gonna hang in there, and so far so good. And for lunch, I'm actually not super hungry anymore. I was very hungry this morning, and now it's kind of going away for now anyway. Or maybe it's just my headache is just really that bad, and that's what I'm thinking about. Whatever it is, we're gonna hang on, and as long as I don't need to eat, I won't until dinner time. If I can skip lunch too, I would do that, just to kind of help myself get back on the right track. We'll see. I'll check in soon. All right, so it's 4:40. Tired, headache, rough day. I ended up eating a sandwich, my good bread, healthy bread with my fig peanut butter and a banana for lunch. That's 250 calories. It was a small one. And then a little bit later on, I had a Fiber One bar. So I'm sitting at 340, say 350 right now, going into dinner. Should eat dinner in about 45 minutes. I still feel like I'm in some type of withdrawal. Comes and goes. There's moments where I'm fine, other moments, I mean, hunger-wise, other moments where it's really, really, really hard. So all that's going through my head right now is, you know what, just start your diet tomorrow. Go to the restaurant, pick up a nice big fat meal and maybe a bag of chips and just start over tomorrow. It's no big deal. But I'm resisting, but that's what's going on through my mind right now. Okay, so we are now at the park with the kids. Taking a breather, so I'm gonna sit and put you guys a message, I guess, for a minute. Dinner, what time is it? It's about 6:30. Dinner was very unsatisfying. It was a good dinner, but oh man, I want to eat all kinds of food. So for dinner we had a chicken leg, and then some beans. We had leftover beans from the weekend, like beans and wieners type. So we had some beans, and then we had a homemade macaroni salad and a homemade potato salad. Had a little bit of potato salad, a little bit of macaroni salad. Macaroni is actually not so bad because we use, obviously there's macaroni, but there's a lot of peppers and tomatoes, and we use a light Italian dressing, so very low calories for that. The beans, well, the beans are probably 300 calories. I was looking that up. So a can of beans was 700. I had about a third of it, so about 250 of beans. The chicken, I don't remember how much the chicken is. Let's call it 200. It's 450. I don't know. Let's just say I had about 900. We'll call it 900. It's less than that, but let's call it 900. That brings my day to about 1300, and that's pretty good. But I'm super unsatisfied with it, and I want to stop somewhere and get some food on my way home. That's how I'm feeling right now. And I've got this, my headache just won't go away. I'm taking pills, and it's just not going away. And normally at this time, I would feel light on my feet to make up for it. But it's just, I'm in such bad shape that I can't even feel that right now. I know I've said this before, but it really feels like withdrawal. Like, it's crazy. That's how deep I was into this. Just one day of healthy eating, and I'm a mess. So we're gonna keep going, and tonight I'll get a little bit of work done, and then hopefully I'll hit the sack a little earlier than intended, because I am pretty tired. It was a rough night, and tomorrow we start again. We keep going. Hopefully I'll see some decent numbers. Usually at least the first week you can get some pretty good losses if you do it well. So drink some more water too. I gotta get some more water. Yep. All right, let's see the results of my first harsh day. 13. Let me just get off it one more time, because sometimes I gotta do it twice. There you go. Long ways to go. Well, there you have it. That's the end of day one. It was a little long, I know. I hope you guys like the way I'm doing it. If you guys want me to continue like that, where every time I get a minute or two, I talk about my day, how I feel. I want to show the importance of starting, how hard it is. You know, once you're in the groove and all that, it's a lot easier. But when you're starting off, it's really, really, really tough. And I'm not out of the woods by any means. I'm on day 2. I'm just starting. It's 8 a.m. and I am starving. But, you know, I'm back on board, and we're going to do what we have to do. So, yeah, looking forward to uploading more videos frequently again, starting up the whole machine again. And even though I'm not on Ozempic, like many people who are watching this channel, or Saxenda and all that, I think it's all the same at the end of the day. Now, of course, I can't relate with Ozempic issues where the stomach, though I've been through all that stuff, and I can answer a lot of those questions anyways, because I pretty much did it for a year. We're still on the same journey. So if we can do this together, hey, I'm all in again. So I miss you guys, and I'm glad I'm back, and let's do this. See you tomorrow.